Mic testing, mic testing. Chemical equations and reactions. So this chapter has basically two or three parts, which, if we briefly go over, is chemical equations and how to balance them. Second is types of chemical reactions, which have five subparts into them, which is combination, decomposition, double displacement, displacement. And there is the third topic, which is corrosion and oxidation reduction, which is also known as the redox reaction. So this is the third part of the chapter. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper in this, we can see. So balancing follows the law of mass, uh, law of conservation of mass. Hmm. Combination reaction is when two elements together form one element, that is combination, and the opposite of that is when one element breaks down into two or multiple parts, that is decomposition reaction. Now there can be three types of decomposition, which is thermolytic, which is when light, I think light is supposed to be thermolytic. We have heat, and we have through electricity. And so the three examples can be taken with chemical equations, which is for heat we can take uh, calcium carbonate, which decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. And then we have heat heat हो गया उसके बाद light में we can take silver bromide, which decomposes into silver and bromide, which is essentially first in gray color, then it, I'm sorry, if it's in black or gray color, then it turns to white, I believe. And then we have decomposition reaction. Hmm. Hold on to the heat, like electricity, which is electrolysis, that can be taken with the example of decomposition of water into H2 and O molecules. That positive anode, there is oxygen, which is half the volume of hydrogen, which is around the negative cathode. So that clears out the decomposition reaction. There is ferrous sulfate. There's a ferrous sulfate reaction, which is a heat decomposition reaction, which turns into Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. So then we have the lead nitride reaction, which when heated turns into 2 lead oxide plus NO2 gas, which is the brown fumes, and then there is the O2 gas. One reaction which is not talked about a lot is BaOH2 plus NH4Cl, which is also a double displacement reaction and results in NH4OH plus BaCl2. Hmm. Then we move on to oxidation reaction. So oxidation is when you gain oxygen or uh, lose hydrogen. That is oxidation and reduction. Sorry, that is oxidation, and reduction is the quite opposite of that, which is when you gain hydrogen or lose oxygen. That is reduction. So both of these when happen together, that is redox reaction. And then we have the oxidizing and reducing agents. Oxidizing agents are the equivalent to reduction, and reducing agents are the equivalent to oxidizing. And we have corrosion and rancidity, which is not very important. And so we also, at the summary of the chapter, we can see that precipitation produces insoluble salts, and a complete chemical equation represents reactants, produce products, and their physical states symbolically. Next, the chapter is acid, bases, and salts. So acids and bases, as to the popularly, so they are acids, base. So they are also popularly used in everyday life with various examples, and there can be several indicators of such. So the indicators are mm, methyl, orange, phenolphthalein, and some more. Mm,